Super fast orders in the game, ready to ignite. Put up a fight, gonna leave them all in fright. Playing Magic the Gathering on a Saturday night. Summoning creatures, casting spells with all his might. Sipping on more coffee to stay awake and bright. Caffeine runs fueling his creativity inside. Got a YouTube channel where he's shining so bright. MTG 3, the show that takes flight. He's a lyrical beast, spitting fire with every bite. Rap metal flow, pounding beats to inside. No one can stop him, he's on a meteoric height. Super fast tortoise, the champion of the fight.
Good morning, hope you're up. Enjoy that coffee in your cup. Good morning from the shelf. Super fast tortoise does so well. Sit back, relax. Time to chillax. Face the facts. Morning coffee show intact. Let's enjoy the show. Let's enjoy the flow. Morning coffee is the best. Chime with friends, we are blessed. Into the mood. Coffee for every dude.
Coffee for every dude. That's you, and you. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Flash Tortoise Show.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I hope
got
it's
a
a great
morning.
day.
We got the Mad Saxon Tibalt himself. What a rare occasion.
Indeed.
Indeed. And Frankenstein's monster is paid a visit in the laboratory of Tibalt.
Got to have somebody working on combos in the background.
Right? Oh, yeah. You're always doing combos. I saw your short last night.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. Nice.
It was good. You should check the whole video is only about 7 minutes, so it's a brief one, but you can actually see that deck in action. So it's a pretty sweet one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say hello to everybody in chat. We got Brandon. Whoop, whoop.
Brandon.
We got King Shaker. Whoop, whoop.
Hey, King Shaker, shake your cane.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the show. Hit that like button, everybody. And I was told by YouTube just to let you guys know super chats and everything are available if you want to support the channel. So if you're in the means and want to help out, knock yourself out. No one's pushing your arm or twisting your arm to do so. We appreciate you being here and hitting that like button.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also hit the little bell in the bottom corner so that way you can be notified every time Superfast Tortoise goes live.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like a smorgasbord of lives. Like a couple of weeks ago, I went live like 5 times in a day.
Someone stop this madman.
But anyways, back into the action. How are you doing, Hillbilly?
I'm doing awesome.
Oh, yeah. That is awesome.
You got my coffee. I'm here.
Yeah, 530 subscribers, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. 530 and keep on.
Wow.
Got to
Congratulations.
get to that 1,000. Got to get to that 1,000.
Right?
That's right.
Little shill segment here, right? Hillbilly is trying to figure out what he wants to do for his giveaway. So, Hillbilly, if you can put the link in chat, he's doing a poll of what would you rather win for his 500 subscriber giveaway. Would you like to win packs from Bloomborough, the new set that came out that's hot and fancy and just full of flavor and fun, or the Cowboy set? Yes, I can't think of the name of the Cowboy set.
Thunder Junction.
Yeah, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, right? Outlaws of Thunder Junction, the Wild West, the crazy ones, the one with some landfall mechanics in it on one card, like Bristly Bill, I really want, or some fancy good cards in there, or some deserts that ping you, pain lands. Good choices, 2 good choices. But there's also a third poll in there. If you want something else, just type in the comments what you might want. But try to be reasonable. He ain't going to try to find a box of alpha. That stuff is too expensive.
Yeah. I ain't going to go no alpha. That's the thing I'm sure.
Right. But that's a little show segment for Hillbilly there. Alrighty, buddy.
Once I find the poll, I'll put it in the chat.
Nice.
Yeah, could you do? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Getting better. Got my last visit with my neurologist yesterday, and she signed the paperwork for me to get my license back. So
Whoa.
Nice.
You know what they say
So-
about old people driving, right? Stay off the
Yeah.
road. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. I know to stay off the road from now on.
Right. Anyways,
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't affect your arm with the thing in it, the little tube
Oh
thing
my!
for
No, it won't. You can't even see it. It's right. Yeah,
Oh, you
I
look
don't
like
know.
Popeye the Sailor Man over there.
It's right there. That's my fistula where they're going to poke me.
Yep.
Start probably in a couple weeks. They're going to start using my fistula, so that's scary.
All right, really
All
quick.
right.
I want to say hello to Pat the Popper, and yes, Horizon Zero Dawn is a fun game. I can't wait to play some more of it. Anyways,
All
go
right.
ahead, Billy.
I just posted a link to the poll in the chat. If anybody wants to go there and vote on which box you want me to buy.
Well, I do
Ah,
like.
yeah.
I'm in the
Fun.
West. I do like Cowboys. So
Right, Tibalt. How
Hey,
you doing over there? How you hanging?
I'm doing all right. I'm glad to sneak in here at the last minute and join you. I've been missing. You've got some great topics this whole week, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could join. I wish I could join. So I decided that I was going to make the time before I go to the doctor's appointment today and show up. So that's why I'm here.
So interesting
right.
thing. Some of the topics today have been by KJ, right? In Discord. In Discord, there's now a new thing called Morning Show Topic Ideas. If you have a topic idea you'd like to be covered on the show, you can actually
nice.
put it in there so that can influence the show. Like today's topic is by KJ. And
All
I
right.
thought it was a fun topic to talk about because it's very open-ended. It's very, very interactive. And I thought it was a great idea to incorporate it. So
Nice.
that's the point there. Is because the show is supposed to be community driven, and I'm really, really trying to get everybody in the community involved because the more people that are involved, the more they want to interact, and that's good for the channel, good for you, good for views.
Very cool.
Yeah, Mugen
Very
Full,
cool.
you back?
No, his mic's still off.
No. KJ, Cowboy Dan, the Trouble, the Mischief Maker, the Gunslinger of the Wild West. How are you doing?
How can you sling guns if you don't have hands? Don't make fun of me for being a head in a jar.
Look. They're friggin' sharks with lasers on their head.
Right? I'm just a head in a jar, and I can't sling guns. I can probably like stare at them pretty hard.
Right?
No,
Because it's called telekinesis, Kyle.
telekinesis.
Right. Well, I have a suggestion for Hillbilly's contest, or his thing. You know, while the cards are awesome, whatever happened to the barbecue at Hillbilly's house for hitting that 500?
Right?
You know,
Right.
I'm waiting on that barbecue at Hillbilly's house for hitting 500.
Hey,
Yeah,
I got a big old grill. I can do it, but y'all got to
I-
get here first.
I just need time to walk there, you know, just like, you know, a couple hundred miles.
It's only about 3,000 from my house, so you know I
Right.
can get there in an hour or two.
That's true. You know,
And-
you drove from California to Iowa once. You could do it again.
I could.
And Coogie, regarding your thing for your medicational treatment, they actually, when I got diagnosed with cancer, they put a port right up into my main artery, and so now I never have to get poked again.
Oh,
Which is
yeah.
amazing that they can do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I got a catheter in my right chest, and they don't poke me, but it's not a permanent thing.
Right.
Right.
Well,
Mine's
they're gonna take
permanent.
that out
Mine's permanent.
But I don't
After-
have.
After a few
Yeah.
months of having the arm thing in, they're going to take the chest port out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So the catheter is just a temporary. So the catheter you can use right away. The fistula, you have to let it mature. It takes like 6 to 8 weeks to mature before they can use it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it kind of grows in the veins. I saw the doctor the other day, my vein vascular doctor, and she showed me what it looked like. She said it's going good. So
Good.
yeah, it just sucks having to do dialysis 3 times a week, and then I'll start doing it 5 times a week. But I'll be at home, so
Home.
doing it. So which is going to be a whole new thing in my life. But I can choose. I can choose when I want to do it.
Right.
Now, I'm not on a schedule. Like I have to be at the clinic at a certain time.
That's good.
Yeah. So,
Great.
It's good.
Yeah.
Be able to do it when you can.
but I'm alive. I'm alive, so that's good.
He's alive. He's alive. Because I need a hero. Someone who
That's
can
right.
do dialysis and get out like he didn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the songs. I've just butchered the song.
You did.
But anyways.
It's okay. That's the name of the show, Butchering Songs.
Right.
You are watching Super Fast Tortoise.
Put up a fight, gonna leave them all in fright. Playing Magic the Gathering on a Saturday night. So many creatures, casting spells with all his might. Sipping on more coffee to stay awake and bright.
Welcome to the planet of Magic the Gathering. Yeah.
Hello.
You're here. Hi. You just missed the whole introductory piece. Where were you? We missed you.
Grandma just got back.
Uh-oh.
Everything's
Legal
okay.
trouble. You got spankings.
Yeah. But he had to stand in the corner for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did that the other day. But I just didn't realize I was standing in the corner. I thought that I, for some reason, thought they just built a corner in my place that wasn't there.
Right.
Oh boy.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
But it's one thing that's great about us, we can BS and have fun. But there's always something that gets in the way of things. Hillbilly, what's the first segment of the day?
Card of the day.
Ooh, classic.
One of my favorite planeswalkers of all time. Even though Power Creep has pushed her down in the power level a bit, she's still one of my favorites. And I even like the new art. Like I like the old art because it was more iconic. It was more her, but they didn't hurt her artistically in this picture at all. In fact, I think they made her look a little more menacing, which is pretty cool. Maybe I'm wrong on the word I'm using, but still, Liliana the Val, Hillbilly. I brought this one in here for you to read. No one can hear you.
Liliana of the Veil, 1 generic and 2 blacks. +1. Each player discards the card. Very heavy on hand hate. And a -2. Target player sacrifices a creature. And then our -6. Separate all permanents target player controls into 2 piles. That player sacrifices all permanents in the pile of their choice.
Oh yeah.
She comes in at a 3 loyalty.
Yep. Until I played her on Arena, it never occurred to me that lands are part of that pile.
Yes, they are. Yep.
So when I played that ultimate on Arena, I'd be nasty and divide the creatures and lands up in 2 different piles, so they had to get rid of a chunk of their lands.
Yep. You either keep your lands or you lose all your creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Still a very, I think this is still very much a powerful card, except she does die awful quick because we're only having 3 loyalty. Because a lot of times you're gonna have to bring her in and do the -2.
Right. Oh yeah, it's pretty crazy, pretty awesome, pretty amazing. But now let's roll into some pictures of the day. So I was talking with KJ earlier. His coffee maker wasn't working well. Mine coffee maker ain't working well, and we both shared a picture of ourselves, and it happened to be the same picture, and it was this.
Oh wow! No coffee.
And this is the reason why I don't use pods anymore.
What do you mean? There's no coffee? Classic film too. Good film.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you can always keep those Monster coffee jobbies on hand just in case. The ones that Hillbilly drinks. Just in case you have cold coffee, you'll get cold coffee out of the fridge.
Oh yeah. Then the next picture of the day, I had to alter because it's an AI generated
Oh.
image.
That's cool. Wow.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Notice the poor thing has like 5 legs. So I moved.
Yes, I noticed that.
I put in the motion lines to make it look like he's like swinging the cup up. And I'm like, that's a quick fix.
All right.
But
He is shaking so hard that he has separated the cream from the coffee.
Right. It's possible. It's possible. But it's Friday. It's Friday, everybody. And one does not simply skip the Friday morning coffee run.
No.
No. Yes, I had my cup of coffee this morning.
Right.
But can I make a request real quick? Read that again in his voice.
One does not simply skip the Friday morning coffee run.
There we go. That's excellent. Yeah, I like it.
Thank you. The next picture, man, I found a picture of Cookie Dude when he's a young kid.
Wow. Lost all my hair. People.
I just narrated this earlier. I did not know what to expect.
Wow.
People are told not to leave coffee out while camping. It might attract wild things.
That's right. It does. Yes,
Wild
it does.
thing, dun dun dun. You make my heart sing, dun dun dun. Boo boo. And those are the pictures of the day. But you know, I wanted to discuss something really quick. All right, I have to call Hillbilly on the carpet. All right, poor Hillbilly has like a bulk list of cards. Right, we were going through trades and stuff. Right, and Hillbilly. Like, he's such an arena player. He doesn't understand the value of cards all the time, right? He doesn't know how much they're worth. And like, we're going through his collection, like going through trades, trying to help him build a deck, or not build a deck. We're trying to help improve a deck, looking for cards. We get through the black cards. There's some spicy cards. He had a Whip of Erebos. He did not even know he had or knew he had. I'm like,
so awesome.
And not only that, it's the promo version. I'm like, dude, you need that in your deck, right?
Nice.
But no. On top of that, right? We get past the black cards and we go into the section of lands. And I wasn't worried about going to the lands, but he's like, yeah, this pile's just all lands. It's just lands. He's like, look, it's just dual lands, like, you know, like those cheap pingers and stuff. While he's going through it, he just moderately goes through and passes a breeding pool that's full art. And I'm like, dude, that's one of your most expensive cards in that pile right there. That's like $20.
Nice.
Like and I expected him to put it to the side, right? I expected him to put it aside because like he likes to hang his expensive cards on his wall. He just puts it back in the pile.
Nice.
I'm like, you have a Simic Merfolk deck that can go into perfectly.
I'm just looking through prices and depending on what it ranges, you know.
Right. Yeah, but they're like $20 lands. Like the base version's like $12. The full art version's like $17.
The Infinity version's going for $25.
That's the one he pulled. That's one he showed.
Depending on which one it is, if it's the full or not.
It's the full art.
25 full art.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's either $25 or $92.
The $92 is the foil version.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yep.
So
Still
not bad.
You know, if you're
I just had to bring that up. Like
if you're ever interested in checking your prices really quick and easily, and you've got a smartphone, if you download the TCG Player app, you can always scan your cards really easy. Just slide them up underneath there with a white piece of paper under it usually, and it will give you an idea of what the prices are worth and stuff. So if it says it's a quick, easy way to go through your cards and get an idea of how much things might be valued at.
Right.
What time that TCG Player app?
So it's a TCG Player. TCG Player is the company, and it's the place where people sell cards. But it's if you do that on your Google Play Store or whatever, you can find that and download it onto your phone. And then you just open it up and you can scan all your cards. You just slide the card underneath it, and it will automatically read the card. And it's not 100% perfect. You might have to tweak it a little bit, but you can always just type in the. You can actually manually type it in too if you want to, but
Okay.
it will give you the current prices on all of your cards.
Okay, I'm downloading it as we speak.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Cane Shaker says
yeah.
breeding pool isn't worth much. You should just send it to him.
Yeah, especially if it's the serialized one for Ravnica Remastered.
Right.
So I have a solution for anybody who doesn't get enough lands in their hands. Okay, and this is a pure and simple solution. Go to establishedtitles.com and enter in the code Cowboy Dan. I'm just kidding.
Oh goodness!
Or you can be a lord in Scotland.
Remember that whole scam? Oh, Jesus.
Remember that? Remember that?
Yes, I do. I'm trying to look critically. What's the word for it? Terminally online. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's horrible. That's a horrible joke. I'm sorry.
No, it's pretty funny if you know the whole context.
Oh yeah, I know the whole story. It was funny because
Didn't they have like a whole bunch of drama recently about like?
Well, they ended up
actively-
having to shut. They ended up having issues because they were selling more land than they actually had, and people really caught on to the scam because
Yeah.
like a foot, 1 foot times 1,000,000 is most likely more than the island itself.
Right. And well, yeah, and also there was a company that was registering stars for people's that they were doing for their birthdays that also gotten some water because of it.
Mhm.
Same thing.
Well, and the same thing goes as there's this true story. There's this guy who bought a piece of the moon because they do the same thing with the moon. You can buy a piece of the moon, and NASA sent a shuttle to the moon, like a unmanned shuttle, and it landed exactly in his spot, just coincidentally. So he sent a parking bill to NASA.
That's hilarious.
Right?
Nice.
NASA never paid it because since there's no one to guard it, no one to protect it, and no civilians live there. Hillbilly.
Sweet.
No one to protect it and all that stuff. They were able to get past it, the legality of having to pay $35 parking ticket. Even though NASA, they could have just paid it, but they fought it.
Well, because they didn't have a guy at the front, holding the gate down, and then when they park, they open it up.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's also a whole situation that you technically don't legally own any of that stuff. Like with the from what I understand with the established titles thing, Scotland doesn't recognize it, even though they keep on saying you can officially call yourself a lord because you own 1 foot of land, and Scotland doesn't recognize any of it. The calling yourself a lord, they don't recognize the 1 foot of land titleship deed that they give out. And I believe that's also the same with NASA being a government agency that probably doesn't recognize some companies' self-established right to sell a foot on the moon either.
Right, exactly. Because if you own a piece of land in Scotland and someone builds a house on it, you're kind of SOL because you really can't do nothing about it. You're not there to defend it.
Yeah,
you can stand in your one square foot and do the whole Florida thing.
Protest.
Because they had that Florida. They have those stand your ground people. I mean, you can stand your 1 foot of ground.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
My grandfather was born in Edinburgh, Scotland.
Nice. Let's roll on to the question of the day, everybody.
Presented by Discord, we have the question of the day.
Question today is by Hillbilly, and I think this is going to really rely on Tibalts.
Like, got my interest. Charge him up.
Hey, everybody. I got a question for you. How do you rate the power level of a commander deck?
Yeah.
That's a great question and a source of debate amongst everybody.
Right.
So I thought Well, first of all, I have no idea how to do it. So the easy answer is that. But what I started doing was I started using just one website. There's a couple of different ones, but I use Commander Salt just to put my decks in to see what they were. And I always refer to that one thing these days because it gives you some really good graphics and tells you or charts what your deck can do in a couple of different areas that I think is pretty cool.
Right.
But the fact is, I've been using that. But then when I go to the store and I tell people, like, this deck is only a 4. This is, my decks are only 5s and so on. People will argue, like, that's not true. Your decks are like 6s and 7s. Your decks are. But the nice thing about that is, like, I wish that there was a consistent way of doing it. And consistency is key. If your deck wins consistently, that's what really matters. So I don't think there's ever going to be a way to truly rate your decks unless everybody agrees to like one system to use it.
Right.
And even then, people will argue that it's that's not correct.
Or unless WotC comes up with a way, but I don't think they're going to because.
No, because then they're going to be limited to the type of decks they can put out.
For recons,
because then people will start complaining, well, you didn't make this deck powerful enough. I mean, people already complained about that, so that's not going to be anything new.
But people also complain that their decks are too powerful sometimes. Their cards are too powerful. So, I mean, I've been hearing it on both ends of the spectrum since I've been hanging out with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Absolutely.
So like I've been playing Commander on Spell Table for a while now and played with a good amount of people. And like last night I was playing a deck that's listed as like people agree upon is like a level 7. And last night I was playing Commander with HILLBILLY and a new guy. And then the thing it said power level 6 or 7. This guy comes in with a deck that's power level 8 or 9. And wrecked our faces before turn 10. Yep. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like literally, the games were less than half an hour long.
Wow.
That's how.
That's short for Commander.
For sure.
Yeah.
So to get a power level, like it's consistency, and I think a better way to have that rule 0 talk is asking people instead, like, how fast does your deck win? When does your deck learn to win? And it's still one of those things that you feel out and you get a good example of. And there's just bad matchups. Sometimes that happens too. Mm-hmm. So you never know. Speaking of which, is there going to be a game later on today? Or
Yep, today's F&M, Friday Night Magic.
Friday night.
Yeah, so I'll be doing games Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, all at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
All right.
8 p.m.
I'm gonna try to join you guys tonight if I can.
Cool. So Friday Night Magic is always awesome. Like Thursdays is HILLBILLYs is hanging out with me on Thursdays. It's pretty cool. Like I'll be playing video games from 7 to 8, and when during that time we're trying to get together a Commander game, and at 8 o'clock we do a Commander game. And but it's really cool because the stream goes from video games. Like I even did a small deck tech on the same show. Right, nice. I did a video games. I did a small deck tech of the deck I was playing, and we played a few Commander games. Played some games again for a little bit, and then we just ended the show. It is an awesome format. I call it my Epic stream. I might rebrand the name to be a little more fitting, but it was pretty awesome to go from video games to doing a deck tech to playing a Commander game, all that jazz. It was fun, and having HILLBILLY so Thursdays, if you're available, you hop on the Spell Table during the time when we're not playing. Mm-hmm. You can chat with me on the show. People won't see your face, but they'll hear your voice like they do with HILLBILLY, and we can actually have an open discussion while we just hang out. Nice. And that's why we're trying. That's what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring in a fun kind of variety show where people can hang out, chat, just chill. No requirements of doing anything other than if you're there. You're probably playing Magic at 8 p.m. The show starts at 7, so there's an hour to BS and play video games.
Well, that does sound pretty epic.
Yeah.
When it gets colder around here, or at least more decent weather at nighttime, I might hop in and just hang out for that hour before Commander starts.
Right, that's pretty cool. And with that, my friends,
don't forget to like this video and subscribe.
energies and the flare. Super fast tortoise is running the show. The crowd goes wild wherever he goes.
Shell shock, go. That is the tortoise way. That's the lyrics. It's one of my favorite songs I created off Suno.
Yeah. It is pretty catchy.
Thank you. Like, so, anyways, there's actually a topic today. We're trying to roll on a topic, and we're actually half an hour into the show. So it means we got half an hour, maybe a little bit more, varying on how people want to stay and chat with it. But if, right, create an MTG Cinematic Universe, right? Topic. Define the topic here is, if you were to produce a Magic the Gathering Cinematic Universe, what card would you base your main character and describe his or her introductory theme? And I don't care if you create a new character or an existing character on the planes. And well, that gets your brain juices going. The Balt's grinding his gears over there.
Yeah, the first thing to leap to mind is the Wandering Emperor. Because I thought, like, obviously you're going to want something where you've got an excuse for traveling the plains. Well, there's planeswalkers, so that's what they do.
So yours is an adventure film.
Yeah, definitely. And that would open it up to go to all the different places.
That's pretty.
Wow.
Yeah,
I know this might be a little bit something subject, but I'd rather have it based off the set of Oath of the Gatewatch.
Ooh.
Or maybe do like a longer series of Gatewatch episodes, one Gatewatch for each of the members.
Right, that's a
then do the Oath of the Gatewatch.
Like have like an Avengers thing. What if they created a universe where they did a movie about Jace, Chandra, Liliana, Gideon, if God rest his peace, you know, all the Gatewatch do like a movie, like they did the Marvel Cinematic movie universe. They created a movie for each character and then put them all together in the Avengers film. But do that for Magic Gathering. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Oh. I mean, there's been movies in production, but none of them really got produced fully for Magic.
So you know what I'd do?
Okay, we're listening.
All right. Sit back.
He's put a little thought into this.
All right. You can close your eyes and imagine a turtle with magical powers, right? In the eons of space, looking between time and space, he exists. You see colorful moons, spheres going around him. You see little like space wells just kind of swimming through. Then all of a sudden, a bunch of octopi-looking things in the future with like human top bodies are tearing through the time and space, and they start poking their hands at planets and destroying them, corrupting them. But you can see power, or like a force of power, like colorful, just being absorbed into them. And mana, right? And they weren't given a name, so the tortoise called them Eldrazi. And they started with the small planets, going to bigger planets, and they started being attracted to more planes with more richer mana. And the tortoise saw where this was going, so he went to the plane of Zendikar and got everybody together and started saying, "Hey, this is coming. We need help. How do we get help?" Then people are like, "We know powerful beings called planeswalkers." So they send out a messenger to go to Gideon, and Gideon's like, "I know a guy named Soren," and Soren's like, "I know a person named Chandra," and then Chandra's like, "I know a person named Lily," and they start gathering this whole team to fight the Eldrazi Busters, basically, and they all have their disagreements. There's like some comedy in there, some riffs, some teamwork and team building, character build on this like epic road trip of picking up friends to go to war against a large, ginormous Eldrazi infestation.
Eldrazi.
All right, I'll put a twist on that.
You can put a twist on that.
Yep. I would do the same thing, but I would also show how they became planeswalkers.
Right.
And then go in, then from there, take it to what all you said.
Right.
That'd be a little bit more, make it a little bit more, interesting.
Mhm.
Put a backstory on there, huh?
Right.
Yep.
And this wouldn't be this wouldn't be just a film. This would be a 6-part franchise, right? Like that kind of thing. Well, start with the episode. Well, there will be an episode for each planeswalker. Each episode will describe how they find this planeswalker, because some of them are hiding, some of them are rambunctious. You know, uh, Cane Shaker, don't leave out the ball. He's badass, right? But like they'll be like stories, and each show will talk about this character's backstory with the character they're searching for. Some of the, like, a couple of planeswalker be MacGuffins to the story that you don't know who they are until they find them. So you can have like some special cameo, like Tom Hanks is like some planeswalker, who knows. But you don't know him until you see his face. And like, oh, I know that guy. He's from the Island movie where he got stranded on an island.
You know what I'm hearing right now? What I'm hearing, the show is called Magic the Gathering. The movie's called Magic the Gathering. You're not gathering the magic, though. You are gathering your fellowship that's going to be traveling with you to the end of the movie, where you have the final showdown, or whatever. Seems like what you're doing. It's more of a. I don't want to compare with Lord of the Rings, but I'm just saying, with like you're having a buildup of characters that are having themselves in like a adventure style buddy cop traveling across the country, meeting new friends, building to your crew.
Yeah, exactly. Building your crew, getting that character development in there, because character development is important, people.
Yep.
Important. And and creating and forcing history among characters is important too, because like Chandra might have never really like getting, because he's like pompous or something, but they have to find a way to get along and coexist with each other for the greater cause.
Yeah.
The best thing about this, the main thing about this, is proving my point of the fact that Magic doesn't need to expand into other IPs. They have such a rich backstory already that I wish they would lean into.
Right.
But one planeswalker, though, I would put on the bad side. Yeah, there's a planeswalker I'd put on
villain?
the bad side.
Your
And
villain?
that would be,
Like a villain?
Yeah, the main villain. That one over all of the bad. That would be actually the trickster, better known as Tybalt.
Right. Well, so in
He
the
just got a bad
story,
rap.
Soren Markov was taking his Zendikar to help with the problem, and he realized the problem was too big to handle, so he left it, and that left Nahiri in shambles and made her pissed off. So that's why she went back to Innistrad, started drawing the planeswalkers, the Eldrazi there, to attack his plane, to make him feel the pain that he's leaving their plane in shambles, because because he left them for dead when they asked him for help. So there's things. Tybalt could be in there, the little devilish character, right? Like, here's how I imagine Tybalt, right? Tybalt's kind of like the Loki of the character. He's probably out. They meet Tybalt in like in a cowboy western set, like
Thunder Junction.
And he's like pimping out ladies and dealing deals with other people with stolen goods and stuff, and he's just trying to lay low, because he never felt like he could compare to his like parents. Like, the parents were great people, established, but he's always trying to get up there, right? But like, he's in there, he's living his best life as he can, as being in the shallow world, because he's kind of a sleazy person with some mixed magic powers, because he's always flashing deals, flashing pictures, doing stuff fancy, because he's a red planeswalker. He's an emotional wreck too, right? But then he goes like with I can't remember the guy with the red arm. The guy is a well-known thief in Magic Gathering, but they could have gone for him, right? he could be like best friends with him. They're on different planes at the time. They're not on speaking terms because the deal went bad or a mission went bad. But like they're forced together to help out and do things together. But how they get there is like the important part. You know what I'm saying? Like how they get back to each other. Like the guy I'm talking about with the red arm. I wish I could remember his name. But he's a master thief in a Magic the Gathering. You know. And like he could be like one of the MacGuffins of the show because people know him. He's like a modern staple.
Are you thinking Tezzeret or something
Not
like that?
Tezzeret. This guy's red blue.
Oh,
Raul Zarek?
No, not Raul Zarek. He like he was in the War of the Spark trailer, and he was killed until Liliana rewinded time. He's very hard. He's only been printed. He's only been printed in a master set. Dak Faden.
Ah, Dak. Yeah.
Dak Faden. There you go. I had to Google it up.
I'd also put some trickery in there just for Tybalt.
Well, see, Tybalt's an important character in the show, right? But he's not all straight up what you expect. He's the one who's trying to sabotage the thing for his own good because someone's come to him and says, "Hey, if you get like a piece of this Eldrazi, like some DNA flesh, right? We'll pay you lots of money, especially if the flesh is still alive." Because they don't understand that what they see on the planet are only puppets compared to the real things in the multiverse, you know? And so he's on a mission. He's bound to fail. So sadly, he's going to have a tragic ending.
Yep.
But it's going to be one epic ride because when they focus that 2-part episode on him, oh, wow.
Wow. Ooh, wow. I have no clue of what you guys are talking about.
yeah.
Right?
It's okay.
Right, and that's Tortoise Land thinking, right?
We should string together some of the cinematic trailers or whatever for Coogie Dude to watch.
Right.
Oh
You wouldn't get all of it and stuff too. You wouldn't necessarily get all the references or whatever, but they do make some pretty epic trailers and stuff. Especially my favorite, of course, being the War of the Spark one and stuff with the Linkin Park song and stuff.
Oh yeah, you know the coolest thing. One of the coolest things that could almost relate to is the first trailer they ever did was for Ravnica Remastered. Oh, not Ravnica Remastered, Ravnica City of Guilds. And they got Michael Dorn to narrate.
I love Michael Dorn.
That's right, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I know who he is.
You're right.
He played the Klingon on Star Trek.
Yep.
Right? Yep.
Yeah, he played Worf.
Worf, yeah. Oh, I know who he is. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not that out of it.
Okay, I found all the cinematic playlist of all the cinematics.
Ooh,
nice
playlist. That's pretty cool.
So you're saying? So you guys are saying?
Really quick. I want to know what people in chat think. What would be a good cinematic twist in them? Let us know in chat. All right.
And if you don't get a chance to let us know in chat, always let us know on the Discord page too. We have the theme of today's show on the Discord as well, so you can always comment on that. What your cinematic universe would be.
Ooh, let me.
That's good.
And we might even revisit it with the best answers.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
There's a link to Discord in chat, and it's fresh. Let's see. No, that's cool. Like KJ, with your vast knowledge, what would you do?
I've been learning a lot, and first of all, I'm going to have to go with. We're going to have to throw in an original character, and because the theme of the other the most recent show that we did before today was if you were to create your own planeswalker. Remember that one the other day, and we all created our own planeswalkers. So my cinematic movie would be that buddy travel film featuring the four of us that made our planeswalker, and also Coogie Dude and Tybalt. You're gonna have to have your character as well. We're gonna be added into this, and we're gonna be traveling off to meeting each other and doing our thing. We all have our special abilities, and but me, I'm gonna play the character that I am. I'm from Thunder Junction. All right. and I have just discovered my abilities. All right. The opening of the film is going to have a narrated by Sir Ian McKellen himself.
Oh, dude. That I approve.
Oh yeah.
Narrated by Sir Ian McKellen himself. And it'll pretty much he'll say in a legendary day long ago, there were those who possessed extremely high abilities to learn and utilize magic.
That's a little deep for Ian.
Well, yeah, it is. But I mean, I can't do Ian McKellen, and but you can get somebody like Ian McKellen as in my head, like because I kind of like when you're talking about a day long ago and you're talking about magics and legendary wizards, I'm thinking Ian McKellen. I'm thinking, who else is who else are you going to cast to play the one and only Barnalo or Baron, the legendary master wizard himself?
I was thinking, you just
husband of Rain, father of Hana.
You just got me thinking. What if we turn this adventure into kind of like a buddy movie, right? Where the narrators to bring back an old crew together, but as the narrators, having two narrators telling the story. What if we got Sir Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen to talk the story out and have them like for the comedy bits, like debacle, what really happened in the movie or in the story, and
like they're reminiscing about what happened,
right? Yes,
they're reminiscing about what happened, and when one of them aided Urza in the defense of Dominaria.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're fighting over who's the one who sent the Power Stone to the wrong person. Like, it was you. No, it was you. No, it was you. And like, no, it was actually this person.
I've been reading into the lore lately, and I'm very into the lore.
The lore can be really good.
Yeah. So, and when I was reading into the lore, when I came up with the topic and posted it to the Discord, and I'm like, you know what? This would make a great cinematic movie if handled correctly.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot going on, and there's all these different realms or whatnot. You have Bloomborough, you have Outlaw Junction, and the different realms. I guess I don't know what you guys are what your lore calls it.
Plains.
But what's that?
Plains.
You have these different plains. These different lands, and and everybody's from a different region, and if they handle it right and they do the storyline right and they keep to the lore that that Magic the Gathering has been establishing, minus the side IPs, and stick to the canon lore, then it would make a good film. And don't put it with the canon characters, because those characters fans will complain, and we don't want fans to complain. We want it to be like in a sense like the old D&D cartoon. Those characters in the old D&D cartoons were not canon characters to the D&D storyline.
So have the canon characters be like cameos to the story, or
cameos to push the story along.
Yeah.
And that's my thought process and then you get like Ian McKellen and Sir Patrick Stewart, to like we said, narrate the beginning and pretty much the beginning, middle, and end, and cut throughs and all these comedic moments that we're tossing in there, and pretty much come up with a new storyline that doesn't break canon, and make it because think about it, with all these cards that you guys have been showing me over the last few months of my educational process of Magic the Gathering, there are so many potential characters to be used, but so many that there's so many beloved characters that the fans in your community absolutely love, that you don't want to use their characters as main characters because you know that it will cause controversy if that character is written wrong.
Right.
So have them set up as a cameo to push the storyline, not as a main.
Speaking of being written wrong, there's a book that came out that kind of that caused a lot of controversy in the people that care about the story.
Right.
I think it was one of the Words of Sparks books.
Yeah, War of the Spark was not a well-written book. And that's the problem with Wizards of the Coast lately. They come up with great storylines and stuff, but the writers haven't been hitting the marks. And some of the writers for some of the stories don't know the characters or the lore well enough that they miss some things, or they accidentally change something, or they do something that's different. Then on top of that, you got political correctness that feeds into it, because if someone does something a certain way or something that seems negative just a little bit, but on like something anti something, it's a big deal because they're a multi-billion company. They should know better.
Let's not forget about the modern favorite is re-envisioning for a modern because a lot of they re-envision it for a modern audience. This is one problem that they keep on saying about the Star Wars stuff that Disney's doing. Well, we're re-envisioning certain aspects of the lore for a modern audience.
Yeah, it's kind of like what they did with what was that Lord of the Rings character that was supposed to be? Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. But it was related to the Magic the Gathering, and that caused some controversy in the Lord of the Rings set.
Some controversy. And if you haven't, everybody, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new and enjoying the show. This is the kind of stuff we do every day. We just try to be chill and have fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though some of us don't know what's going on, but
we're here for the joyride. You're here for the joyride. Just sit back, relax, and let the roller coaster go.
Can I ask Tybalt a question?
Yeah.
He's on a phone call right now, though, I think.
Oh, okay. I'll wait until after.
I think you said go ahead.
Yeah. I'll wait until after. But I was thinking, doesn't Tybalt kind of look like Jebediah Stame?
Kind of does.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, since when did Tony Hawk's father's business partner become evil scientist? I mean, I knew he was evil, but Jebediah Stame, you changed your name and you became an evil scientist.
That's one of the things as you guys were talking about this and stuff, and I thought it's like, well, if you really go back and read Tybalt's story, unchanged or whatever, unsanitized for a modern audience. Like, he's got a horrible story that, as to how he became what he is and stuff. So it's one of those things that, like, I'm sure at some point they're going to have to retcon, or they'll maybe just like forget about him as a character or whatever, push him off to the side later, or kill him off or whatever, and he just won't be talked about again.
Right.
But I mean, it really is terrible how he became. And obviously that's what I was going for, the irony of being his apprentice and stuff, because there were certain things that resonated about his character. But if you ever look him up on the Wikipedia, the Magic Wiki, you can see that, like, he was really a despicable person, and that's why he was doing some things that, like, even demons and devils were shocked at what he was doing. So kind of crazy stuff.
Sounds crazy, but no.
Yeah.
For reals, how dare you read and be cultured with such lore?
Indeed.
I didn't know Tybalt was a devious guy.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
What are you talking about? How do you not know that? Don't you know Matt Saxon here?
No,
He's
there's a lot I don't know.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We're kidding.
Yeah.
When it comes to magic and you see ignorant, you see my face. Because
it used to be back in a lot of the franchises that I used to read back in the day, that the villains used to have a lot better character establishment than they do now.
Oh yeah,
You know, it
like
seems like they just want a bad guy now, and they don't make good character establishment for the bad guys.
Well,
And
mm,
what's current set for Magic Gathering? The only reason the king stole the egg was because he wanted to use the Calamity's power for his own, and
right.
that's not really a good setup for a villain.
No, the setup for a villain, like people love a good villain, right?
Yeah, yeah.
People love to relate to the villain. Like sometimes it's like, oh, if I could get away with something, what would it be? And people like to relate with that kind of idea with a villain. So people love to hate villains. They love to root for the villain, but they also love to want the villain to be taken down.
Like
We don't get that much anymore.
the problem
Like-
with modern cinema with the villains, though, when you want to love the villain, you end up turning the villain from a villain into an anti-hero, and I don't like that. Look at what they did. They ruined Morpheus.
Yeah.
They're going to pretty much they turned him into an anti-hero. Look at what they did to Thanos. While I loved what they kind of did to Thanos, they ruined Thanos in a sense, because Thanos's backstory was much more complicated, and they just simplified it down to I want to eliminate half the planet, half the existence. That wasn't what Thanos's motivation was. Thanos was in love with Lady Death,
Right.
and he would do anything for her. You know, they eliminated characters. They eliminated the like majority of the storyline and turned Thanos into this guy who just wanted to he was some sort of tree hugger that wanted to eliminate half of humanity because they were ruining his societies. That wasn't Thanos, you know, and they made it simple, so simple that it's like, okay, today's modern audience understands this. Well, then make your hero that, make somebody that, make an anti-hero. Don't change, don't try to make a hero that you agree with, or a villain you agree with, particularly villains who used to have great character establishment like Thanos did in the comic books for the Infinity Gauntlet. You know, and this is what I'm saying with we're creating our own cinematic universe for Magic. If we created a storyline and we were set, the six of us were set to produce this movie, direct, produce, write, and whatnot. The fans would not want to see us mess with the IP in a sense where you're ruining characters that we love. This right here is my commander character, and you just ruined my commander.
Right. Well, so just the retort to your thing about Thanos, and yes, I use the word retort, and it's because I know your mind is malleable for learning. So there is actually a reason why they changed Thanos's backstory, and it wasn't because people wouldn't understand or wouldn't like the Lady Death story, because I thought that was going to be the story the whole time. But what they wanted people to root for the villain, and they wanted.
I still rooted for the villain when I read the comic books. I mean, Thanos. I still rooted for Thanos because
Right.
I mean, what's better than true love? The oldest story in the world.
Mm,
You
right.
know, I rooted for Thanos in the comic books. You know,
Right.
he was in love with Lady Death. He would do anything for her, even give his own life and give every life in existence.
Right, because he wanted to get that kill count up
For
so he could-
love. Now the current motivation just did not, you know, and then they just removed the backstory, with the exception of his daughters, which had more backstory than he did.
Right. Well,
You
that's why they created the multiverse in the cinematic universe, so they can have an excuse that there is a Thanos that did it for this reason. They kind of cheapened out the cinematic universe multiverse theory, because they're like, well, there's different versions out there. They have different goals and agendas. In fact, that Thanos could be played by a different actor, and that universe would know. 'Cause
Right.
It's always been it, you know?
Right, and I do agree that that is a fact. And although for Marvel Comics, even though people are saying that this is a new idea that's overplayed, Marvel Comics has been playing the multiverse since the 1980s.
Right. They've been doing it
You know,
forever.
if you've been reading the Marvel Comics, they've been doing the multiverse since the 1980s. And it started out with Henry Pym's Pocket Dimensions. You know,
you know why they
and-
did it though, right? There's actually a reason. I remember watching a documentary why they created the multiverse in the Marvel comics. Is because there's so many times they reboot a franchise or redo a story that people were complaining about. Just so they created the multiverse, saying you can believe in whatever version of the multiverse you want to. That could be your story. I'm like,
Right. They also did it so that way they can open up for fan fiction.
oh yeah,
Because Marvel was known, and also DC was known for back in the 70s. They started running out of ideas, and fan fiction sparked it.
Sorry, can you imagine if Marvel did the old gel thing and started charging people for fan fiction, saying, "Hey, great minds think alike. Our guys are thinking of the same kind of stuff, but you've got your story done first. You have to send that story to us to approve, and we'll charge you for it."
Oh yeah, I think there are companies that do that already.
All right,
I don't doubt it.
I've seen like people on YouTube. There are creators on YouTube that are animators who've complained about it in the past about they make their own fan fiction and their copyright struck on their animations.
oh, that's ridiculous.
They're fan
Even though it's
fiction.
their own animation. That's
You
ridiculous.
know, how it should have ended people. They had to bend over backwards to do their little fan fictions for how it should have ended.
Right.
You know, pretty much
that's a good series too.
Yeah, and they're still running, but they have to bend over backwards when dealing with Marvel and DC.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So ridiculous.
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the creep.
Too much to take. So it's lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
All righty, everybody. It has been a full-blown hour. We got to roll into the shill section. I know the ball has to bounce out first, so we're going to shill the ball.
Hey, all right. Well, check out my latest video on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram for daily updates, pretty much daily updates, and so on and so forth. And thank you for having me here. And I hope to catch up with you later on tonight to play with the White Smurfolk deck again. So there you go.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Later, man. There he is.
Oh, all righty, folks. I just put a link into chat for it's a poll to see what you would like to have, whether it's Outlaws of Thunder Junction or Bloomberg. That'll let me know what box to buy. Get a box, split it up between 3 people, and that'll be the 3 winners of the giveaway. And you have about 6 days to make your choice. And then,
or poison.
then after, other than that, 530 subs. Let's keep the channel growing. I will be streaming again at around 2 o'clock Central Standard Time this afternoon. And then later on, Commander with Tortoise.
Commander with Tortoise.
Commander with Tortoise.
Hey, everybody. I just created, I got a new standard deck anyway. And I might record that later on, see, tomorrow afternoon or whenever I'm able to feel like playing Magic Gathering Arena again. But till then, I'm going to record that and then hopefully upload it.
Right. Now, for KJ. What's up?
Hey! How you guys doing today? I've had a lot of fun. Thank you for pulling that topic aside. By the way, that was a fun little discussion.
Oh yeah.
You can find me on Twitch. Naughtybot got to it before I did. You can find me on Twitch. I'm almost to 70 followers on Twitch, and I'm trying to get affiliation on Twitch right now. So if we can get a few people into my next show, possibly tomorrow, I can probably hit affiliate by the end of next week.
KJ?
I'm so close.
Sounds awesome. Sounds amazing. So if you guys are Twitch users, go check out that link and go follow the poor man. He needs your help. He's only a head in a jar. You know, he can't do it for you. He has no hands.
Yeah. So how do you play Magic with no hands?
It's called telekinesis, Kyle.
Okay.
All right, I'm about to switch myself, but remember, we got someone over here who might have a
Hey,
song.
I do have a song of the day. This is a oldie, kind of different than what I usually show, but I mean, you heard of Peaches and Herb. They're,
Peaches and Herb.
Yep. So the song today is Easy as Pie. You know? So it's the song of the day, Easy as Pie, because most things are easy as pie. Even if you have pie and you eat it, that's pretty easy. So, but
Like
I'm
peach
not sure.
cobbler.
That's right. So, anyway, that's all I'm going to do right now. I'm trying to. I'll talk to you guys after we're off the air. But
all right. Okay. Well, so Super Fast Tortoise in the house today. Looking at this guy away. I don't know how to rhyme very well, but that was an attempt. But today, 8 p.m. Friday Night Magic. We're gonna try to do it. If you want to be a part of it, be a part of it. If Coogie Dude wants to be a part of it, let us know. Yeah. So we'll be going live today. Then we're gonna have a wonderful day. I want to thank you guys for being a part of the show. Thank you guys for being amazing. Thank you guys for following along. Tibalt, thank you for being here. I know you're not here, but everybody else, you make the channel possible. Hillbilly, KJ, Mooginful, Coogie Dude, everybody in chat, like Cane Chicker, right? All of you, Manamon. Yeah, the real whiz. You know, everybody that showed up in chat today, you rock. And have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day.
I totally want to thank you for watching today's video. I really appreciate it, 100%. Like this video as if it's your favorite kind of pizza, dude. And if you wouldn't mind, consider smashing that subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications. Every one of these things you do helps the channel out a lot.
I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that